Hello, my Capricorn collective sun, moon, rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need reading for this new moon in January to full moon in February. So we're looking at new moon in Aquarius to full moon in Leo 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Ready to read you, professional witch, professional intuitive. Had some clients today trying to get these done before the new moon comes out. Might get the last few in on actually Friday the 24th. Just trying to get them all done right in a timely manner, Virgo that I am. Yay, us earth signs. Dependable, reliable, doing our best, right? If you are new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers so that I can monetize, do super live chat, and I promise my subscribers for the first couple of months, we'll see how it goes. Once a month, I will do a little ditty called Junk Tarot. There is a video in the description box below, the link, a YouTube video that I did last year describing what Junk Tarot is. My favorite video of 2019, I'm pretty damn sure. I hope you enjoy it and will like and subscribe. That being said, let's get down to business of this reading. This is a general read. It's Sun, Moon, Rising signs. They've been averaging about 25, 26 minutes, although, you know, they're still early on in the series as I'm going from Pisces to Aries. This time I do that just to so that the signs on the end don't have to wait so long all the time. Please take what resonates. I get that people might get triggered in a reading by something that comes through and they'll thumbs down. I get that. The thing is though, that's an intuitive hit. Pay attention to that. It's like, don't dislike the messenger. Go inside, tune into what that is, right? How you know something's not about you is it's meh. It's like flatline, like, right? What is the body doing, particularly for us earth signs, that we tend to receive our intuition more viscerally, more physically element of earth. Just saying, look, I'm a Virgo with a Pisces moon, so I'm getting it all sorts of different ways. Clairvoyantly, empathically, you get what I mean. So please check your other signs, and I try and keep them fun and entertaining, so they're kind of fun to get the pieces of the mystery puzzle of what you need, which brings us to our next and a really important point. This is a what do I need reading. It's not your average. I don't see anybody else kind of doing things like this. As if you were to pull a card a day, right? What is my card of the day? But instead asking, what do I need, right? So if it's an animal totem card, right? It's like, okay, what do I need today? Show me the animal power, the totemic, whatever, energy alignment. Or if it's a rune, what is the Viking wisdom, truth, power, you know, that I need today? Because it's really kind of acknowledging the grace of humility in the sense that you are a soul that was chosen to incarnate and you forgot a lot of who you are on the other side of the game, right? Your divine true self, right? You've been cast to play this character. So it's part of choosing to be here. It's saying, all right, well, then here I am. I was chosen, but now I choose to play the role in this body that I have been assigned to, right? From womb to tomb. What do I need? What do I need today? Except this is looking at an entire half of a moon cycle from new moon to full moon next. Cool, so you can see how that could be helpful. We're doing them a little bit differently this time. If you've been following me for a while, and if you will start following, you'll notice that each time I finish a series, the next time it comes around, my pantheons are like, now do it this way, right? There's always this, it's a Virgo thing, always another little teeny tiny change that changes the whole thing. This time we are going to be starting with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. It will be the only tarot deck that I work with for these reads because it is lunar. I mean, come on, there's a crescent moon on the back of the card. For the voices of the divine feminine, the goddess, we will not be using the mythic tarot for the divine masculine. Why? Because this is lunar. They're very clear about this time, so I'm going with it. And it will serve as the foundation. Every other card will be in clarification of the tarot, because the tarot gives you a piece of story. Oracles, as brilliant and as helpful as they are more like things that happen in and around the story. You following me? So, follow along. We'll get you as much clarity and information as we can, understanding that it's a general read. I just did a private read for somebody today who's been watching the videos, and they were like, wow, it's really different. I'm like, yeah, it is really different when I read you face to face, because I'm tuning into you, though I am still me, right? Last thing I always say before we actually go into the reading is please breathe deliberately, right? You're going to be breathing anyway, and shallow breath kind of sort of tells you you're not so fully in your body, you're not so fully present as if you compared it to, like, I don't know, having sex or running or, you know, something where you're active and present. It doesn't have to be panting breath, but that deeper presence of being in the present moment is just going to help you receive the energy that I'm bringing through, as well as you'll be tuning to the same energy I'm bringing through. Because of that still point, that place right between the inhale and the inhale and the exhale, both ends of it, right? Whew, that's where the divine is. The divine is always in the present moment. Identify it, tune to it, and whatever you do moving forward will have that power of the divine in it, even if only for a breath. So I'm going to be doing my best. It slows me down, so I'm not such a machine gun when I read, because the energy gets high, and I'm clairvoyant, empathic, and a speaker. So, you know, it's a little tricky to not get short-circuited. Yeah, wasn't it the Capricorn reading? No, that was the Pisces reading that got both the true love cards in it, and I fucking spazzed out. You tried doing this, all these readings in a day, girl. All right, you ready? Breathe. Because even shuffling the decks, it was so lovely, sweet, emotional. I connected with the goddesses big time and actually teared up a little bit. So this should be a good one. Let's see. Nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need? This new moon in Aquarius on the 24th of January to the full moon next February 9th. What do they need? What is the dominant story? Give us a tarot card, a voice of the goddess herself for this Capricorn collective, this new moon to full moon next. Oh, we're not fucking around, are we? Kali, the Awakener, the Tower card. Now look, don't freak. The Tower is a brilliant card to get depending on your situation. It is a change, sure, but it's the finger of God, in this case the finger of Goddess, striking down the Tower which no longer serves. Faulty foundation, raise it to the ground, let's build something new from it. Not something you can usually control, being that it is a divine intervention of some way, shape, or form. And remember that a destruction of a foundation can be a belief system. Yes, of course it can be something physical. It can be a car. It can be a relationship. It can be anything. But it is being hit by lightning. Light is truth. So there's an element of truth coming in, so it can be an illusion being destroyed or something that served its function but no longer continues to serve. For example, and this is a lame example, but I think it makes sense. You tell children don't talk to strangers, and that's wise, right? That's good for a 4-year-old. That's not great for a 44-year-old. You see what I'm saying? It's like some things have to be, even healthy boundaries at some point usually get transcended, particularly after death. Right? We kind of transcend all of our boundaries down here pretty quickly. So it's a broad range I gave you there. I am a spiritual teacher. So don't be afraid of the card of the Tower ever, but do pay attention to the fear that rises up in you, because it is a form of intuition saying change is coming and there may be loss involved. Not all change is about loss. Remember, there's change that brings in the new as well, but usually there is erosion before renewal. In this case, we're looking at waxing moon, about planting a seed. The seed moon, it will wax, it will grow larger, to full, right? So this can be a wonderful thing. It can be an enlightenment, like, you following me? Now, let's use the rest of these cards to clarify what that means and what you need as a result using next the Healing with the Angels Oracle Doreen Virtue. All the decks I read are in the description box below, and I just did the description box this morning, rewrote it, so there's a lot of cool stuff in there on your way down. That's why I put the decks at the bottom, so that you got to scroll down and see what else the fuck is in there. It's good stuff. All right, nice deep breath. Here we go. Exhale first. Here we go. Oh, my angels, there you are, please. One card in clarity for this Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need? This new moon in Aquarius in January to full moon in Leo in February. What do they need? Considering we've got Kali, Hindu goddess Kali, the destroyer, the awakener in this deck. Can be a big deal. Can you please give us a card to clarify that? What does this Capricorn collective need? What's that? What's this going on here? Well, good. Meditation. Now, meditation, yes, can also mean contemplation, right? Particularly if you've been struck by lightning, it's probably not a good idea to, you know, burn the house to the ground and change your name and shave your head and sell your dog or whatever and start a whole new life, you know, cross the desert barefoot and slow it down. Take a deep breath, right? Meditate, contemplate, go within. Yes, there is a lot of mental energy around this card usually, but also remember meditation is often about finding that still point, right? Not that you're trying to still the mind, but that there is the silent witness, right? There's all different brands of meditation. Just Eastern and Western alone is, I mean, I love both. I have to honestly say I started with more of the Western, creative visualization and hypnosis and Silva mind control. And Silva mind control, it sounds like so nefarious now. It wasn't so much in the 70s and the 80s. But then as I matured, I started looking into Zen Buddhism and chakra meditation, the Hindus, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and all of that kind of stuff, worked with the Ashaya monks. So, you know, it's a path for all of us. So if you're not meditating, and believe me, when you're spacing out watching TV, you're meditating, you're in alpha brainwave, but you're actually letting a corporation decide what gets put in. So a little bit more mindful. But, okay, but from over here, well, some angels standing over here saying, but also know that insight and enlightenment can come in a lightning strike through meditation. Stillness. There's something about stillness. And remember, the earth signs, we don't corner the market on stillness, particularly Virgos or mutable earth. But there is something very Earth Nation. I miss Avatar Aang. I'm so glad Netflix is bringing him back. Let's ask the masters through one half of the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. There are 4 suits in this deck. One of them is the problem suit. They're over there somewhere because we'll save those for the what do I need full moon to new moon, the waning side of it, what you want to wane, the problem. This is about waxing. So this time the guides were like, okay, take out the luck, the healing, and the grace suits, which are the other 3 left that make up exactly half of the pack. Cool, cool. So let's ask them what's going on. Nice deep breath, please. Join with me in finding the still point. My masters, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do they need for this new moon to full moon next? New moon in Aquarius to full moon in Leo. We've got the goddess herself saying Kali, major arcana card, the Tower, the Awakener, as if there was something asleep that's been woken up. And yet meditation, a card of the relaxation of the mind, the resting of the body, but an alertness, an awareness, a clarity. Awareness, I think, being the key word there, the silent witness. So my masters, please, what does the Capricorn collective need, considering all of this? Perhaps what to meditate, contemplate upon. I think you're going to like this. The erotic. Now, I do want to say Kali is one of the tantric goddesses. I mean, I guess it depends on who you read. I study and practice Tantra. I don't teach it. Well, I guess whoever I'm with while I'm doing it is sort of learning. I love Western esoteric sex magic and Eastern Tantra. There is a place where they overlap, and pretty much in my king-size bed is where that goes down. But then certainly adding the erotic to the meditation part of this, there is something tantric about this. Now look, Tantra ain't just about sex yoga. No, 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 no. There's a huge, huge thing about Kundalini. So this Tower card could also be seen as a Kundalini awakening, which on paper sounds nice, but as you're going through it can be quite destructive, as a lot of your belief systems are stripped away in an instant as you experience yourself being one with all that is. You see what I'm saying? So, so that's a bit much. I mean, if somebody's getting that, make sure you have the support necessary. Call a yoga studio. Call somebody. Hey, drop me a line if needed. I'm a spiritual counselor. I'm built for this shit. My guides can help with anything, usually. Otherwise, they'd send you elsewhere. The erotic. The erotic. The erotic. I'm going to have Madonna stuck in my head now. At least the beginning of that song. You know the song. If you're Generation X, you'd better know that song. So, boys, they're fighting up on the second floor. Mama ears. We're going to ask the higher selves of all involved through the Whispers of Love Oracle. Love this deck so much. And I have to say, this deck sometimes just tells you exactly what to do. Like, it'll say, demonstrate love, or it'll say, simple act of kindness. It's very direct. I kind of dig it for a more esoteric. The oracles are more esoteric, where the tarot is like, you in trouble, girl. You know what I mean? It's like, you better watch the fuck out. Lightning's coming for you. So take a nice deep breath. Let's find that still point and ask the higher selves of all involved. Oh, that feels good. The higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What do they need? This new moon in Aquarius, January 2020, to the full moon in Leo, February 2020. Please, what do they need? Considering we've got the Tower, Kali, meditation, and the erotic. Ooh. If only that was just one card. Higher selves of all involved, please clarify. What's the whisper of love? What do they need? Listen with your heart, right? Doesn't it fucking tell you? I love this deck. Listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said. But you need to listen with a loving heart. And they just said to me, what's being said to you in meditation, which means it might not be the talky, clairvoyant third eye. It might be the that. And if it's first, second, and third chakra involved, the unfolding of the erotic energy as the kundalini, which means Sanskrit, it means the coiled serpent at the base of the spine, gently unwinds, lighting up the second, lighting up the third, and when it comes all the way out the top of the crown of your head, little snaky head, blah, 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 that's the Egyptian hieroglyphs, right, when they're doing that shit, right, they got a little snaky head thing going on, that means they were kundalini activated. It's a big fucking deal. Again, that's not going to be for everybody in the collective. That would be cool if all the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising signs all of a sudden over the next 2 weeks had a massive Kundalini awakening experience. There is some weird shit going down in the sign of Capricorn. Why can't I remember what it is? Because I'm not an astrologer. That's why I'm a witch. There's a difference. Not that you can't be both, but, you know, I time shit with the moon. I don't study it. I can speak the language, but it's not my first language. Tarot is. Listen to your heart with all of this. There's definitely some emotional movement here, because imagine any sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, having a Kundalini experience of the erotic energy. The world would transform pretty instantly if we didn't burn it down first. So we're glad it's maybe if that's going to happen, it's with the Capricorns, not the Leos, right? Or the Sagittarius or the Aries. Oh, we love our earth sign, our fire signs, but we think they've got enough of that erotic energy going on. Listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. Pay attention to that. I mean, regardless of what your situation is, this could play itself out in all sorts of different ways, but that meditation card keeps drawing my mind. Like, just keeps going there. That this feels like it's something perhaps you're not so much talking about, but listening, right? It's just an interesting thing for a waxing moon. So, the last card that we're going to get is a Healing Mantra deck card from Matt Kahn. Love these, my little lightsabers in cardboard form. I've been doing one a day. Yeah, sometimes I'll extend it for a day or two. If it's one that I feel I need to, I will do that. They're amazing. I love them, and I find them very helpful in readings, and been extremely helpful for my clients. To bring like one or two in a 1 hour reading is a big deal. Just even one at the end is hugely helpful, which is what we're doing here. Now, there are two sides to these cards. Obviously, they're cards. One side is the name of the mantra, which will help me identify it and look it up in the book, which is a teeny tiny paragraph, but very hopeful. The other side, the mantra itself. So you might want to write those down. Do your research. It's not like affirmations. You're not trying to convince yourself. You're not trying to make yourself feel anything with the mantra. It's like putting in code. It's like flushing yourself with spiritual truth. However, we'll see how this goes. This should be interesting. We're going to ask the Ascended Masters. They're the ones that gave us the card of the erotic, so let's see what they have to say as we double dip into the Ascended Master knowledge pool. Nice deep breath, please. Oh, my masters. Oh, there's that feeling I had before in the blessing. Oh, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Oh, Sun, Moon, Rising signs. No Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising signs. What do they need? I'm having a little trouble staying in my body here. What do they need for this new moon, January 2020, to full moon, February 2020? What do they need? We've got the goddess herself saying, Kali the Awakener, wake up, Pearl, right? Bolt of lightning. We've got the angels talking about meditation, so could totally be like spiritual lightning hitting from there down as well as from the Kundalini up. And the Kundalini, because the masters, you're telling me the erotic, that there is a sexual movement of energy and awakening, the god Eros in physical form, and the higher self sort of like balancing all of this out within the body for the Capricorn is saying, listen with your heart. So masters, please help them heal this. Help them deal with this. What is the best, most truly helpful healing mantra for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising signs for this new moon to full moon next? No shit. What do they need? What's the mantra for them? See, I always go to bat for my earth signs. Let's see what you got. See, honoring adversity. Honoring adversity. Now look, don't freak. Adversity is part of the game of planet Earth, if you haven't noticed. And who am I telling? I'm telling Capricorns, the ones ruled by Saturn, Kronos. You know of adversity. They say that Capricorns are born old, and as they grow, they become young. Why? Because they survive so much shit. They have so much stuff beaten out of them, psychologically speaking, that they just become lighter and lighter and lighter as they go. So they age backwards. Honoring adversity. The mantra. This is a little bit of a long one, so I'll say it as many times as I can without being too annoying. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete, right? So if you're surrounded by fire, the tower, a fire reveals a path of renewed direction. So after the lightning strikes, after the fire has completed, the burning is complete, the path is shown. Let me read the one in the book for this, because this one I've gotten, interestingly enough, was not followed by anything too adverse, but certainly there was stuff going on in the world that day that, you see what I mean? It's like, divination's weird. Next book by Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mel for short. Divination is weird. Fucking is. Sorry, H. Even when you're really good at it, right? Honoring adversity. Here we go. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. When adversity is honored, life is appreciated as oscillating cycles of deterioration and renewal. Deterioration is the natural process of new things becoming old, while renewal is the process of old things becoming new. And this is very much what the Tower is about, but also the Death card. There are many tarot cards that speak of change, but this is the instant one, the one like out of the blue, like struck by lightning. As you learn to honor these two interconnected processes, just as naturally as the changing of seasons, you are able to embrace adversity. It is not a punishment, but a gift of renewal birthed out of the ashes of erosion. So this could even be, yes, the card is thought of as destructive, but it could be that lightning flash of renewal, that you're given something that changes the game too. And that would sort of make sense in meditation. And with the erotic, which, let's face it, erotic energy is creative energy. Creative energy and sexual energy, same thing. That's why thunder only happens when it's raining and players only love you when they're playing. Of course I've got Stevie Nicks lyrics written in my brain. So this last little bit, I think, is very, very helpful. This mantra is ideal for processing unforeseen changes, right? So when something comes out of nowhere, here's an unforeseen change, processing that, right? Overcoming superstitious beliefs like, oh, I must have stepped on a crack and broke my mother's back, you know, the things we do to ourselves when shit goes down, where really this is Major Arcana card. This is something that the divine is involved. I wish people understood that. It's Major Arcana, the gods are involved, the angels, what have you. Something scripted, something written in the divine plan. Not that the minor arcana aren't that, but that really says it's like a fingerprint of the divine. And surrendering the ego which wants to control, wants it, like I'm not going to be happy unless I get it the way I want it. And if it ain't written that way, it ain't written that way. That is the best thing for our spiritual enlightenment. That's why it can suck. And no one said, well, no, a lot of people said you had to love the divine plan. Yeah, I say you don't. That you can fucking hate and resist the divine plan, but it will beat it out of you. Eventually, you just kind of say, all right, thy will be done. I know, I'm a witch. I just said some Christian. Get over it. Same thing as for the highest good and harming none. As I will it, so let it be done, which is Wiccan. Not necessarily a witch. My good gods, my Capricorn, you start off with Kali the Awakener, but with meditation, right? Softening it a little bit, but also showing that receptivity, that still point, which somehow connects to or gives rise to the erotic, which is, I have to put that card next to that with Kali the Awakener. If you Google Kali, K-A-L-I, the word Tantra, and the word erotic, you're going to find some very, very interesting pages popping up, but, you know, not necessarily on porn sites. Just saying. And what's the divine telling you? What's your higher self saying? Is to listen to your heart, that this is an emotional thing, that whatever is being said to you, either in meditation or that in contemplation or even in conversation, open the heart, listen with the heart, listen to beyond what is being said, to perhaps to the pain or the truth or the essence of what the person is really saying, because honoring adversity, there is some adversity going down. If it's not yours, it's somebody else's, particularly with that listen with your heart thing. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once burning is complete. This makes so much more sense if this was a waning moon thing, but get that this lightning strike, this fire, this could be the fire of enlightenment. It kind of feels that way, and with the erotic part of it, it's like the sexual, spiritual energy. I just keep seeing Kundalini stuff, so if you're taking yoga, make sure you know what you're doing. Not, you know, there's one thing doing your practice at home, but I have had a spontaneous Kundalini experience while doing yoga back in the 80s in my studio apartment in my condo in Boston. And I saw halos of light around light bulbs and candles for 3 days, freaked myself the fuck out. Really wish I had had someone to explain it to me, but, you know, no internet. We had books. And yoga studios were not as prominent as you might have thought. So do reach out and ask for help. Absolutely. Come for a reading to me or to anyone you are guided to, should that be the case, because everybody needs a little guidance and a little grace when awakening comes to town. And remember, this is not Kali the Destroyer. This is Kali the Awakener. Not that they can't be the same thing at once. May the Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising signs be blessed for this new moon to full moon next, that they may get all that they need to grow, to heal, to learn, that what they need be provided to them under grace and in perfect ways for their higher good and for the highest good of all concerned. And so it is. Blessed be. And thank you for watching. Again, my Capricorns, please do like, subscribe, check out the stuff in my... go read what's in my box below. It does not sound right. And as ever, wishing you the very best and the very blessed as I sign off. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.